Hey everybody, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Brian.
And we are Cooking with the Cotas. So today we're not actually cooking, we're baking. We are making Kolackys.
It looks like Kolacky, but that's wrong.
I grew up in a Polish family, and these were cookies that we would make for most holidays and special occasions. This cookie is found in European countries. Different countries have their own variety of this cookie, but I'm going to show you the one I grew up with. So let me grab my Polish apron and we'll check out our mise en place. So we have our mise en place, everything in its place. So here's all the ingredients we need for our Kolackys. We have all-purpose flour, we have cream cheese, and butter. So this cookie does have some saturated fat in it, so just be mindful of your portions, but remember, desserts count. You can still eat them. We just gotta be aware of how much.
Empty calories, you don't have to count them.
We have vanilla. This is some vanilla extract. So we have two different kinds of jam. One is a Polish strawberry jam, and then we have another that's a homemade cranberry jam. You can use different fruit preserves or fruit jams that you find at the grocery store. We typically get this brand of fruit preserves at the grocery store. You could find that at your local grocery store, but they didn't have the flavors we wanted, so we went with something else. But you can get apricot, peach, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, whatever you want for these, which that's a great thing. You can make it your own.
Very flavorful with them.
And that's pretty much it. You ready to get baking?
Let's do it.
Nice apron, by the way.
Thanks. It has pockets.
So the first thing we're gonna do is cream together our butter and cream cheese. So we can put all of that into the bowl. And to cream it, we're gonna use a hand blender so we can get it nice and fluffy.
It's like it has a level of stroll in the park and then running in the park.
So now what we're gonna do is add our vanilla. We're gonna start adding our flour in a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna do the creaming and Brian's gonna put in a little every few seconds. Okay, so with the dough, we're gonna roll it out very thin. So we have some flour here to prevent the dough from sticking to the table. I grab a rubber spatula so we can easily get out all the dough here. And I'm just gonna pour some of this flour on top of the dough too, so it doesn't all stick to my hands. Okay, so I got some flour on all sides. Also add a little flour onto the rolling pin, again, to help prevent the dough from sticking to the pin. I'm gonna use half of this dough at a time just to make it more manageable. Every time you notice it starts sticking, whether it's to the pin or to the table, try to get some flour. To make these Kolackys, we're gonna actually just use a circular cookie cutter. Unfortunately, we don't have one. And for some reason, growing up, we just never bought one, so we always use shot glasses. So we're gonna use a shot glass today.
We used what we had.
Always, even though we had the resources to purchase one. And it's good working with a partner because they can start the next step. Use your thumb, and you're gonna make a little imprint in the center of each of the holes. The reason we're doing that is so there's a little space for the jam to sit, to help keep it in place, prevent it from running, and look nice. Another way you can make these Kolackys is by cutting squares and then folding over two of the edges. That's a little bit more fancy way. But growing up, like I said, I always did this method. It's really easy and quick and fun. So we have the two trays in front of us. It actually made a total of 4 trays with the recipe that we provided. For our jam, we're gonna grab a small amount on our spoon. Could be like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. You're just gonna put a little bit in the center of each kolacky. Again, don't put too much. Like that one may have a little too much. These are fairly small, so.
You said to judge how much you want on your cookie, and I like a jam-packed cookie.
These are very versatile. You can do whatever filling flavor you'd like.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm basically America's next top 10 culinary chefs, so.
After 10 minutes, check the bottom. If it's very lightly brown, we know it's done. So our cookies are out of the oven and they've cooled for about 10 minutes. So the very final step, and one of the most important steps, is to sprinkle them with powdered sugar.
Amen. Let's go.
It wasn't on the mise en place.
Unbelievable.
But it's a very important ingredient. So we have our cookies in front of us, just a handful of them. And what we're gonna do is grab a mesh strainer and we're gonna sprinkle it on. You can use a different tool, like a little spoon if you want, but this just helps with evenly distributing the powdered sugar amongst all of the cookies. And that looks like enough for, that's
A little more. You need a little bit more in real life.
it's not a snowstorm, it's just a gentle snowfall.
It's a blizzard. We're looking for a blizzard, folks. We're looking for a stay in your homes, do not go to school, it's been canceled blizzard. Let's take a look at how these turned out. Don't those look delicious? I easily can confirm that these are delicious. I have already tasted a few.
I have too.
And they are wonderful. Jammy.
Just as good as the last ones we tried like 2 minutes ago.
Delicious. And again, make sure, depending on your pan, you may end up cooking these for 20 minutes, even a little bit longer. You want to go for a light brown bottom, but some of the pans out there, they are cooling pans, and that's going to affect how that bottom cooks. And some of them might not be as cooked and done at 15 minutes. So if that's the case, try it 17 minutes, 20 minutes, even a little bit longer until you have that light golden brown at the bottom. That is key, light golden brown.
And again, be creative if you like different flavors, but what I would recommend is that one brand at the very beginning. That one is foolproof. It doesn't run down the cookie when it's being baked, it stays intact. So look for that brand in your grocery store in the baking aisle.
Well, thanks again for watching this episode of Baking with the Cotas. We hope you like these Kolackys when you try them, and definitely make sure to let us know what other desserts you want to see or what other recipes you want to see from us.
And just as a reminder, it is called Kolackys. Thanks again. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you like our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single episode, and tell your friends about us. Thanks so much.